session, we will be discussing about some three problems. One is on pentagonal prism, the second one is on hexagonal prism, and the next one is on pyramid problems. So we'll take up the pyramid problem after finishing pentagonal and hexagonal prism. In the previous class, we have solved the problem of square prism, as the two types of square prism problems we have solved. One is a square prism wherein it is resting with the one of its base edge on HP, and that same base edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree, and the axis is inclined to HP by 45 degree. So in case of the solids, you must note here, so there will be three conditions you have to note. One is what type of solid it is, whether it is a prism or whether it is a pyramid or whether it is a special kind of solid, that you have to note down. The second one is how the solid is resting on HP. So here in this case, in the first problem, we can see the solid is resting with one of its base edges on the HP. So it becomes the edge condition problem, similar to what we have learned in case of the projection of planes. So edge condition problem, it is resting with one of its base edge on HP. And the next one you have to note is how the third position is. Always the second position, generally it is the inclination of the axis with HP. The second condition will be inclination of the axis with HP. So you have to look at the third condition. So what is the third condition? In this case, in the first problem, the third condition is that the resting edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. Resting edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. That is why we have made the resting edge inclined to VP at 30 degree. So for going for solving the problem, what we are doing is whatever the reference which is resting on HP, that reference we are taking in case of the solid on the right side. You have to take that reference on the right side. In this case, the square prism resting with one of its base edge on HP, that base edge we are taking it on the right side, and we are drawing the first set of these. In the second set, we are rotating the axis to the HP. Whatever the inclination of the axis with HP, that we are considering, and we are rotating the axis with HP. That is common for almost all problems in case of the second position. Then coming to the third position, the third position is here, it is the resting edge inclined to VP. The resting edge is inclined to VP. We made the resting edge, what here it is perpendicular, that resting edge, we have made it here inclined to VP by the given inclination. When you are rotating the resting edge, here the resting edge is in true length, so you need not find the apparent inclination. You can directly use the true inclination, and to the true inclination, you can rotate the second top view so that the resting edge is inclined to VP here. Then draw the projections upwards and get the final front view. This is how you are doing in case of the solids. Similarly, if you go to the second problem here, it is same as the first problem, as I told. So square prism it is, but the thing is here, instead of resting edge, it is resting with one of its edge on HP. Here it is resting with one of its corners of the base on HP. That is why one of the corner of the base here, we have taken it to the right side here. It has been taken to the right side in case of the second problem. So corner condition problem here. Then the axis is making inclination with HP. So second position is similar to the previous problem. Only coming to the third position here, it is the axis is inclined to VP, but it is not just inclined to VP. They are told here that axis appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. So apparent inclination of the axis with PP has been given. That means beta angle has been directly given in this problem. So using the beta angle, so we are rotated the axis to the given inclination, and we have drawn the projections. So that is in case of the second problem. Now we'll go for the third problem now. So the third problem is here. It is similar to the second problem, right? Only the difference is here that instead of the square prism, you are having a pentagonal prism here. Instead of the square prism, it is a pentagonal prism, one thing. The second thing is it is resting with one of its edges of the base on HP, unlike the second problem. So that is second problem is the corner condition problem, but here it is edge condition problem. One of the edge of the base is inclined to HP. So you can say it is similar to the first problem rather than the second problem. It is similar to the first problem, and the resting edge is inclined to VP by 30 degree, and the axis is inclined to HP by 40 degree. Now we'll go for drawing the solution for this problem. I will take the line tool now, right? Thick line only I will take directly. So 25 mm is the side of base. I will take 25 mm, 0 degree, right? then 25 mm, 72 degree for pentagon, then 25 mm, then 144 degree, then 25 mm minus 144 degree, and finally 25 mm and minus 72 degree close. So here I have not chosen the proper line type, so I have to choose the continuous line here. So I'll choose the continuous line. Then you can see I have drawn the pentagon now. Pentagon has been drawn now, right? With the side is equal to 25 mm. With the side 25 mm, we have drawn the pentagon. Now, as I told, it is similar to the first problem. So it is resting with one of its base edge on HP. So one of the base edge, one of the edge here, we have to make it perpendicular to XY line or perpendicular to VP. So we'll take the whole here, we'll choose rotate command, rotate copy is off here. So I will rotate this first initial position such that the one of the edge is vertical and it is to the right side here. So one of the edge is vertical and it is to the right side. We have drawn the projections. Now I have to get the midpoint. Now for getting the axis point, what I will do is the corner I'll join with the midpoint of the opposite side. So I have to take the continuous line only and thin line, and I have to see that in inspect, right? So IntelliSketch, the midpoint is turned on. So I will turn on the midpoint. I'll zoom this area so that it will be clear for you, right? So I am taken the line tool now, right? So I joined with the midpoint of the opposite side. So this also I'll join with the midpoint of the opposite side where these two lines, the perpendicular bisectors meet. So that is the point O in the bracket O1. This is the axis point. O in the bracket O1, I can mark like this, right? O in the bracket O1. These points I will mark here. A in the bracket A1. So these are all prisms. That is why you will have the top face as well as the bottom base corners. Those bottom base and top face corners will mark as A, B, C, D, E, and A1, B1, C1, D1 like this, right? So they are all marked like this. So E in the bracket E1 here, right? So this I can trim this so that I will have only the midpoint here like this. I will have only midpoint. So I will join the projectors now to the upwards. So from the point O in the bracket O1, I will join it upwards. Then I will take the axis height. Axis height is how much? 60 mm. So 60 mm is the axis height, right? Then 90 degree I will take. So this is the apex point. So apex I joined here. Similarly, from all other corners, I will draw the projectors upwards. Now, from these corners, we'll draw the projectors upwards like this, right? Now, from here, I will raise the axis height again, 60 mm. Then I'll take thick line only, right? So 90 degree, then I will take, right? Then I will draw from here to here, right? Then I will join from here, from the bottom side, again 60 mm, then 90 degree, right? Then I'll join like this. So this point also I will join here as a thick line, right? Then bottom corners I will join, each of the bottom corners I will join here, right, as a thick line. So this is the axis line. So I'll change the line type to axis line here. So this is the axis line. So this is how we are drawing the first front view. First front view has been drawn like this by drawing the first top view. First, after drawing the first top view, we are drawing the first front view. These points we can mark here. So this is the point A1 dash. So this point is B1 dash in the bracket E1 dash, and this point is C1 dash in the bracket D1 dash, and this point is O1 dash. And here in the top face also I can mark the points A dash. So this point is B dash in the bracket E dash, and this point is C dash in the bracket D dash, and this point I can mark as here O dash, right? That is the axis point. So I drawn the first set of views now, wherein the solid is resting with the whole of its base on HP, such that one of the base edge is towards the right side. So that is the reference for me. So this side. So this side is vertical here and it is towards the right side. So we'll now go for the second position. In the second position, what we'll be doing is, all of you are seeing my screen, no? Whether the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So what we'll do is, we'll go for drawing the second position now. In the second position, we have to rotate the axis such that axis is inclined at 40 degrees to HP. So for that, I will select all these different lines of the first front view. I will select the first front view lines here. Then I have to copy, right? I will use move command, create copy on. So I will position it here, right? So it is now vertical. The axis is vertical now. Now I have to rotate now. While rotating, so what they have mentioned is axis is inclined at 40 degrees to HP. So I cannot directly rotate the axis to 40 degree. Instead, I'll rotate the base. What should be the inclination of the base? The inclination of the base is 90 minus the inclination of the axis. The inclination of the axis is 40 degree. So 90 minus 40 is 50 degree. So I will use the rotate command now, right? So I have to rotate the base here to an inclination of 50 degree. I will choose 50 degree here. So it has been rotated to 50 degree now. So you can slightly move this or you can keep as it is, no problem. Now we will go for marking these various points. So this point is A1 dash. So this point is B1 dash in the bracket E1 dash, and this point is C1 dash in the bracket D1 dash. Here also same thing. You can mark A dash. This point is B dash in the bracket E dash, and this point is C dash in the bracket D dash. Axis points also I can mark here. So this is the point O dash, and here is the point O1 dash. All points in the front view I have marked now. Now we'll draw the projectors downwards and get the second top view. So I have to take the thin line and continuous line only. I'll draw the projectors downwards now. Projector line drawn from A1 dash, projector line drawn from B1 dash or E1 dash, like that. I will draw the projectors downwards. Here also I'll draw the projectors from A dash, vertical projectors I will draw now. Then B dash, then C dash. Similarly, I can draw it from O dash and O1 dash. Right? From the first front view, first top view also, I'll draw the projectors here. So projector line drawn from A dash up to A1 dash, A dash and A. Similarly, from point B to B, I can join here, right? So I can join extra also, no problem, right? Otherwise, I can trim it. It was easier instead of just identifying up to where I have to draw. I can just trim it here, right? Then from this E and E dash also, I'll join like this. Extra lines I'll trim off wherever the outside lines are there. All those outside lines I'll trim off. All right? Extra lines I trim. I will mark the various points now. That is projector line drawn from A and A1, A1 and A1 dash. So this point is A1. Projector line drawn from B1 and B1 dash. Here is the point B1. Then C1 and C1 dash. So this is the point C1. Then this is the point D1. And this point becomes E1. Similarly, projector line drawn from A and A dash. So this is the point A. Here is the point B, and this is the point C. This is the point D, and this point is E. After marking all these bottom base points and top face points, what we'll do is we will draw the outer edges with a thick line. All the outer edges we will join with a thick line. That is, outer edges are here, A1, then B1, B1 to B here, B to C here, C to D here, and D to E, E to E1, and E1 to A1 back. All the outer edges I joined with a thick line. Now we have to identify which is the visible edge or visible surface and which is the hidden surface. For that, you have to look at this second front view from the top. When you look at the second front view from the top, A, B, C, D, E is nearer to the observer. A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 is away from the observer. This is the bottom base and this is the top face. all the top face points are nearer to the observer. They are all visible. So join them with a thick line. Top face surfaces are here. A to B, B to C already I joined, C to D already I joined, E to A I have to join with a thick line. Then E to A1 also will be a thick line. Right? So this is the top surface we have made as a thick line. Then the bottom surface will be hidden, but these outer edges cannot be hidden. The remaining edges should be hidden. So whatever the inside edges are there here, B1 to C1, right? B1 to C1. So this is hidden. Then C1 to D1, you can make it hidden, and D1 to E1, you can make it hidden. So where these D1D also will be a hidden line, you can join as a hidden line. Similarly, C1C will be a hidden, right? We have joined the hidden lines with the hidden like this, right? We have marked the hidden lines here using small thick dashed lines. Then we have to mark the axis here, projectile line drawn from O1 dash and O1, the point O1, and projectile line drawn from O dash and O. The point O should come somewhere here. We'll draw that line. So we will get the point O also here. So you can join up to here. So that is the axis line. So up to O here, right? That will be marked here, O and O1. Extra lines you can trim off. You can just zoom this area. So you can use the trim tool here. This line, whatever this line I drawn, it should be up to O1 for marking O1 only. So no need of this line extended like this. So here also is an extra line. I can trim off. These lines are not required. Here also extra lines I can trim off here. So this is for marking point O. You need not draw this here. So this is not required. We'll trim off. Extra lines I trimmed now. Even here also. So these lines is not required. So I can trim off the extra lines like this. Here also the point E. I will mark only up to here. E is sufficient here. D we have marked. C we have marked. Everything is okay. So this is your second set of views. In the second set of views, what we have made is we have made the axis to be inclined to HP by 40 degree. So that inclination we can show here using the inclination, that is tool, that is angle between tool. We can use that angle between tool and show that inclination here as 40 degree. You can see that it has been marked as 40 degree, right? It has been marked here as 40 degree. The axis is inclined at 40 degrees to HP. So this is second set of views. Now we have to draw the third set. For drawing the third set, what we have to do is we have to draw a 30-degree line. Sorry, that is one of the edge of the base is inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So for that, we have to draw a 30-degree line. That is the resting edge here. This is the resting edge C1, D1. So this should be inclined to VP by 30 degree here. We have to draw an inclined line here, and to that inclined line, we have to rotate the resting edge. So resting side. So we'll take a line tool here. I'll take thin line only, right? I'll draw a line from here, somewhere from here. Angle is, it is minus 30 degree. Minus 30 degree means it will go upwards, right? So I'll take the angle here as 180 plus 30 means 210 degree, right? 180 plus 30 means 230 degrees to 210 degree. That 210 I'll take here. So this inclination, you can see here, it is 30 degree. So on this 30 degree line, I have to rotate this second top view. For that, I will just zoom this area, right? I'll get to the full control now. I'll use the selection tool, hold down the control or shift key and select these points, right? Or else you can just select whole thing like this, no problem. Afterwards, you can delete those A1, B1, C1, extra, etc. You can take the whole thing like this, right? Then use the move tool, create copies on. So you have to keep the point D1 on this 30 degree line, right? On this 30 degree line, you can keep that. Then you rotate. Use the rotate command. Then rotate this C1 D1 such that it is lying on this 30 degree, right? I rotated like this. You can see now it has been rotated, but some of the points are going above. So for that, what I will do is I will select the whole drawing, including this 30-degree line, right? I will use move. That is, I will just move it downwards. I can do that like this. This 30-degree, I can mark like this. Sorry. Now we can see that it has been rotated, the solid has been rotated such that the resting side is inclined to VP by 30 degrees. So these the A1, B1, C1, etc. you can delete and you can mark it once again. Because they are in the rotated position, you will just select and delete them like this. Alright, you can select them and delete it. I'll mark here. So this one is A1. This is B1, this point is C1, this point is D1, and this point is E1. So E1, this E1, I have to delete it. Yes. Here also same thing. So I'll delete all these things. I'll draw it once again. All right. Yes. I will mark those points now. So this is the point A, this is B, this point is C, this is D, this point is E, and this point is O. Right, here is O, and that O also I will mark here. This is the point O. And here is O1. O1 will be here. Right. Now we have to draw the projectors upwards. I will select these two. Sorry. I will take the line tool, continuous line only. Thin line I will choose. I will draw the projector from A1. I will draw it upwards like this. Then B1. Then C1. Then D1. So D1 I marked there. Okay. I can mark, no problem. Then C1. Choose C1. Alright. I will draw from A1 dash, then B1 dash, then C1 dash already it is there. Then from O1 dash also I have to draw the horizontal line. Somewhere here I'll draw. These extra lines I will trim off. Right? I'll trim off those extra lines here. Right? So this is the point A1 dash. I'll mark here. So this is A1 dash. The point B1 dash comes here. Right? Sorry, that is not A1 dash. A1 dash comes there. Where it is? Here it is. Projector line drawn from A1 and A1 dash. Here it is A1 dash. Then projector line drawn from B1 and B1 dash. This is B1 dash. Then C1 dash, C1 dash. Then D1 dash will be, that extend this. Here it is. Right? D1 dash here. Then E1 dash, sorry, not D1 dash will not be there. Here D1 dash will be here. D1 dash, here is E1 dash. Right? Mark them properly. So A1 dash, B1 dash, C1 dash, D1 dash, and E1 dash. Right? Then even O1 dash also you can mark there. Right? Similarly, you can draw the projectors from A, B, C, D, etc. Projector line drawn from A, you can extend it like this. Projector line drawn from B, then projector line drawn from C, you can draw like this. Projector line drawn from D, and projector line drawn from E. Right? Then draw the horizontal lines here from A dash, then from B dash, then from C dash, then from O dash. Here from O dash and O, you can draw that. Okay. Extra lines will trim off. Wherever these extra lines are there, those extra lines we can trim here. Now we'll identify the different points here of the top surface. Projector line drawn from A and A dash. Here is the point A dash. Projector line drawn from B and B dash. So this is the point B dash. Projector line drawn from C and C dash. Here is the point C dash. Projector line drawn from D and D dash. So this is the point D dash. Then E and E dash. here is the point E dash. Now we'll zoom that area so that we can draw it properly, right? Now take that thick line, outer edges first you have to join with the thick line. So I'll take the thick line, all outer edges. Say if you start from here, say this is the outermost point B1 dash, then here is C1 dash, this intersection point, then D1 dash. Where is D1 dash? Here is D1 dash. We can still zoom that area so that clearly it will be visible. So here it is D1 dash, then E1 dash. E1 dash is here, E1 dash, then I'll see. E1 dash is actually, it is not an outer edge, we'll see. All right, we'll draw it afterwards, we can change the line thickness. Then A1 dash, here it is, A1 dash and B1 dash back. Then we'll join ABCD with a thick line here. So projector line drawn from A, then projector line drawn from B and B dash, B dash. Here it is C and C dash. Where is that? Yeah, here it is C dash. Then D dash outer end. Then E dash here. Then A dash back. Right? Then B dash to B1 dash is an outer edge. We'll join the thick line. D1 dash to D dash is an outer edge. We can join the thick line. Now we have to identify which is the hidden surface and which is the visible surface. For that, you look at the last top view, that is final top view from the bottom. When you see, look at the final top view from the bottom, ABCD is nearer to the observer, A1, B1, C1 is away from the observer, meaning that ABCD will be visible in the final front view. So ABCD is visible in the final front view. So the line joining C dash to C1 dash will be a thick line. And these lines will be hidden line. You can join them with hidden line. That is A dash to A1 dash, you can join as a hidden line. Then this E dash to E1 dash, you can join as a hidden line. So whatever these lines are there, that is B1 dash to A1 dash, then A dash to E1 dash, then this one E1 dash to D1 dash also will be hidden line. Mark them as hidden lines. Then you need to mark the axis here. So from O1 dash, you have drawn the projectors upwards. So from O1 dash, you draw the projector upwards where it meets the point drawn from O1. So here you have to extend this here. Yeah. So then you have to join here to here as an axial line. So this line is an axial line. Draw it as an axial line and 0.04 mm thickness, and this point is O1 dash here, right? And this point is O dash here, right? The leftover thing is you have to mark the dimensions here, right? Take the dimension tool and dimension this one, that is 25 mm, and what is the axis height? Dimension it is 60 mm. So this is a solution for the problem. What they have asked is draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degrees. So here axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree and the resting side is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So extra lines we can trim off, whatever the extra lines are there. Sorry, those extra lines can be trimmed off here. So this is your first problem. All right, first problem of today. Now we'll go to the second problem. For that, I will copy the XY line here. I'll take the XY line. I'll go to edit, copy, right? I'll go to the next problem and I'll say paste here, Control B. So it is hexagonal prism, right? It is an hexagonal prism resting with one of its sides on HP, right? Similar to the previous problem, axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree and axis appears to be inclined to VP at 40 degree. So it is similar to the second problem, right? So in case of the inclination at VP, it is similar to the second problem, but in case of the resting side, it is similar to the initial position, it is similar to the first or third problem, right? So we can draw the hexagonal prism here. Again, I will take the line tool here, right? So I have to draw the hexagon. For drawing the hexagon, the included angle should be considered here. What is the included angle for the hexagon? Included angle for the hexagon is 60 degree. So we will take 25 mm here, then 0 degree, then 25 mm, 60 degree, sorry, so I'll take 25 mm, 0 degree, then 25 mm, 60 degree, then 25 mm, 120 degree, then 25 mm, 180 degree, then 25 mm, 180 plus then 60, that is 240 degree, then 25 mm, then 240 plus 60 is 300 degree. So this is how I am constructing the hexagon here. So hexagon has been constructed here, but this hexagon is drawn such that one of the corner is on the right side. I don't want the corner to be on the right side. Instead, I want the side or edge to be on the right side. For that, I will use the rotate command. One of the edge, I will make it vertical here. Right? One of the edge has been made vertical. You can see this is how the hexagonal prism in top view looks like. Now I'll draw the thin line. I'll take the thin line here. I will join. The midpoint will be coming here only, right? So it will be the axis point. I'll mark here this point as O in the bracket O1, and these points I'll mark here A in the bracket A1, and this point is B in the bracket B1, and this point is C in the bracket C1. Likewise, the various points I'll mark here D in the bracket D1, then E in the bracket E1, then F in the bracket F1. I'll slightly move it downwards. I'll select the whole thing. I'm slightly moving it downwards. Yeah. Now I draw the projectors upwards. I'll take the line, thin line, and the continuous line. I'll draw the projectors upwards like this. All right. I have to draw the front view. For drawing the front view, I'll draw the projectors up to XY line. Then I will raise the height here. Axis height is how much? 50 mm. So 50 mm is the axis. So the 50 mm, I'll draw the projectors upwards like this, 90 degree. Then from here also 50 mm, 90 degree. Then I can join from here to here, then here to here, and this point I can join up to here like this. But these lines are drawn with a thin line. I'll make all those lines thick now. I'll select and make them thick. Right? This is how the front view looks like. So the axis will be here only. That will be hidden behind the edge BB1 in the bracket EE1. Right? So we'll mark all those points now. So this is the point A1 dash in the bracket F1 dash, and this point is B1 dash in the bracket E1 dash. And this point is C1 dash in the bracket D1 dash. In the top surface also, it is A dash in the bracket F dash, and this point is B dash in the bracket E dash, and this point is C dash in the bracket D dash. Here the axis point also will be there. So this point is O1 dash, and here is the point O dash. All those things we have marked. Then coming to the second position, in the second position, we have to tilt the solid such that axis is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. It is similar to the previous problem. So take this solid, that same first front view, and rotate. Use move command, create copy, make a copy here, right? Then use rotate. Use rotate such that axis is inclined to HP by 45 degree. If the axis is inclined to HP by 45 degree, then base also will be inclined at 45 degrees to HP. So we are rotating the base to an inclination of 45 degree like this. So these points I'll delete it because so that will be that is rotated. I'll redraw it once again. Okay, so we are rotated the first front view such that now the axis is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. That is what the second position they are told. Axis is inclined at 45 degrees. These points will mark now. So this is the point A1 dash in the bracket F1 dash. So this point is B1 dash in the bracket E1 dash, and this point is C1 dash in the bracket D1 dash. Here also same thing, A dash in the bracket F dash, here B dash in the bracket E dash, and this point is C dash in the bracket D dash. Here the point O dash will be there. Here the point O1 dash also will be there. Now we'll draw the projectors downwards. Take the line tool, continuous line only. We'll draw all the projectors downwards from various corners of the second front view. We'll draw the projectors from various corners of the front view, second front view. Like this, it goes on. Yes, then from the first top view also, we'll draw the horizontal projectors. We'll draw the horizontal projectors like this. Even from O and O dash also, we'll draw the horizontal projector here. Extra lines will trim off. These lines are trimmed off now. We will mark the various points now. Take the text tool, mark the various points. Here it is point A1. This is point B1. The point C1 comes here. Point D1 comes here. Point E1 comes here. And point F1 comes here. Similarly, the point A. The point A comes here. The point B is here. The point C is here. The point D is here. Point E, and this is the point F. We'll mark all those points like this. Now we'll just zoom this area so that I will have clear cut idea how to join them with thick line. Take the thick line, right? Join them, all the outer edges first you join with thick line. That is A1 to B1, B1 to B, B1 to this end point marker B, then C, then D, then E, then E1, then F1, then A1 back, right? Then look at the second front view from the top. When you look at the second front view from the top, A, B, C, D, E, F is nearer to the observer. That means top face is visible. So you join A to B with a thick line, B to C, C to D, D to E. Already it is thick line. Then E to F, you join with a thick line, F to A back with a thick line. If this is thick, so these lines also will be thick. So these are also thick line. And the line joining this D to D1, right? D to D1, actually it should be hidden. So what we'll do is we'll trim this and draw that line as a hidden line, right? So D2, this is actually D, right? D to D1, up to here it should be a hidden line. Similarly, C to C1, C to this C1, it should be a hidden line. And here is the point O. You can mark the point O here. Extra line we can trim here so that I will have perfectly, the line only up to here. So this is the point O, right? Here also the point O1 comes here. So this is the point O1. I will join O to O1 as an axial line. I will take 0.25 mm line thickness. This O to O1 I can join as an axial line. So before that, I'll just trim this so that I will have clearly the axial line. Alright, axial line 0.25 mm thickness. The point O to O1 I joined as an axial line. And the hidden lines are not marked here. I have to mark the hidden lines now. Take the line tool. So this E1 to F1, E1 to, so this F1. So here is F1 now. So sorry, E1 to, this is D1. So D1 hidden line, and D1 to C1 is also a hidden line, and C1 to B1 is also a hidden line. You have to mark those hidden lines also. Hidden lines and visible lines we have marked down. Now we have to go for the third position. In the third position, what they are told here is, here we have mentioned that the axis appears to be inclined. Axis appears to be inclined to VP at 40 degree. So we have to make the axis here, that is OO1, inclined to VP by 40 degree, but they have mentioned it is appear to be inclined, meaning that beta angle is directly given in the problem. So no need of finding the beta angle. You just draw a 40 degree line, all right? You just draw a 40 degree line from here, take a 40 degree line. 40 means 180 plus 40 means it is 220 degree. So you can take 220 degree here, draw a line, then it becomes 40 degree, right? You can take an angle dimensioning here. You can see here it is 40 degree, right? This is 40. Now we'll take the second top view and rotate such that axis is inclined at 40 degrees to VP. Use the move command, create copy on. The point O should coincide here, right? See that point O coincides on the 40 degree line, and rotate now such that OO1 is inclined at 40 degrees to VP. Right? Rotate such that O1 is inclined slightly, it is above the XY line. We'll just select it, move it below the XY line. Right? We'll do like this. Right? Now it is below the XY line. So this 40 degree will make it like this. Now I'll zoom this area. Yes, it has been rotated. Let it be like that. I will not go for deleting those A1, B1, C1, etc. Right? You can do that afterwards. I'll take a thin line now. Right? 0.13. That is, I'll draw the projectors now. A1 to A1 dash. So, right? I can take like this. Right? Okay, I'll draw A1, then B1. Draw vertical lines like this. Then C1 is here. Then D1 is here, this is D1, then E1 is here, E1, and F1 is here, F1, like this. F1 will come like this, yeah. Then from this A1 dash, I'll draw horizontal line here, then B1 dash, like this. Extra lines I'll trim off. Yes. Like this, extra lines I will trim off. I will mark the points. Projectile line drawn from A1 and A1 dash. So this is the point A1 dash. Projectile line drawn from B1 and B1 dash. Here is the point B1 dash. Projectile line drawn from C1 and C1 dash. Here it is C1 dash. D1 and D1 dash. Here it is D1 dash. E1 and E1 dash. Here it is E1 dash. Then F1 and F1 dash, here it is F1 dash. Extra lines I can trim here, right? So F1 is required, E1 is up to here only, right? Then this B1 is up to here only. You need not have that extra line. C1 is up to here only. This is not required. So this is also extra, right? Then D1 is here extra again. This is extra. Remove that. Then E1 is up to here. So this is B1. We'll keep it like this, right? So this extra line also will trim. So I can easily identify now A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, then F1. Similarly, we'll mark the point ABCD. So projectile line drawn from A here, like this. Projectile line drawn from B. Projectile line drawn from C. Projectile line drawn from D, vertical lines will draw. Then E, then F here, right? F. Then horizontal lines will draw like this. B, like this, then C. Right? Extra lines will trim off. All extra lines are trimmed. I will mark the points now. Projectile line drawn from A and A dash. So it is A dash. Then projectile line drawn from B and B dash. Here it is point B dash. This is point C dash. Then the point D dash is here. The point E dash. Here it is E dash. Then the F dash is here. Extra lines I will use the trim command here. So projectile line drawn from A dash correct, B, B dash up to here only. Then C dash here. So it is not required, these two lines. I'll trim off. Right? Then D dash, okay. E dash up to here only. Then F dash here. So this D dash, it is not required. So this is extra. I'll trim. Outer edges will join with a thick line. Take the line tool. Thick line only you choose. Then we'll join these outer edges. E dash to D1, E1 dash to D1 dash here, D1 dash to C1 dash here. Where is C1 dash? B1, C1 here. Yeah, C1 dash. Then C1 dash to C dash, C dash to B dash, B dash to A dash to F dash to F1 dash. Like this, all outer edges will join with a thick line first. Then look at the final top view from the bottom. Here A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 is nearer to the observer. A, B, C, D is away from the observer. So join A1, B1, C1, D1 with a thick line here. Right? We'll join A1 to B1, B1 to C1, and A1 to F1 with a thick line. Then A1 to A1 dash also with a thick line. This B dash to B1 dash also with a thick line. And these lines will be hidden lines. We'll mark them as hidden lines. That is F to E is a hidden line. E to D is a hidden line. D to C is a hidden line. Then what is here? This E to E1, it is a hidden line. Then D1 to D is a hidden line. We can join that. From O1, we have to join an actual line now. So from O1 dash here, the point O1 is here. There is it, yeah. From O1 to O1 dash, here it is. I have to draw it as a vertical line properly. I'll choose that thin line, right? From O to O dash. Here is the O dash, right? That point is O dash and O1 dash. I'll mark here. So here you can see there is an endpoint marker. Yes, from here join up to here. So this will be O1 dash. Join that as O1 dash here. O1 dash to O dash, you have to join as an axial line. 0.25 mm thickness. Join O1 dash to O dash as an axial line. So this completes the solution. Extra length, if any, can be deleted. And dimensioning should be done, right? We take the dimension tool and show the dimension here. What is the axis height also? We'll show the axis height. Angle, already we have shown the angle dimensioning. It completes the solution for this problem. Any doubts, students? Any doubts? All are there? Rahul Singh?
No, sir.
Understood?
No, sir. No doubt.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. We'll go for the next problem now. Right? The last problem of the day.
Yes.
That is for pyramids. I will introduce the pyramid problem. That is a square pyramid problem. Right? So what I will do is I will copy the XY line from the previous problem. I'll hold the control key and select this XY line. Right? Edit. Then copy. Right? I will paste here. XY line has been drawn. Now I have to go for drawing the square pyramid problem. So it is similar to the first problem, that is a square pyramid of 30 mm base side and 50 mm axis length rests on HP such that one of its edges is resting on HP. Draw the projections of the pyramid where the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. Similar to the first problem, only the difference is there is a difference in the third position. Right? Only third position, there is a difference. For all other things, it is similar to the first problem. So we'll go for drawing the square pyramid problem resting with one of its side. That means the initial position is similar to the edge condition problem. I will take the square now. Right? Thick line only I will directly take here. That is 30 mm. Height is 30 mm. Angle is 0 degree. I will paste it here. That is your square. Right? Square has been constructed. It should be a continuous line. I'll take that continuous line. I'll take the line tool now. Continuous line, thick line only. I will join these diagonals now because I have to mark the apex of the pyramid now. So this is the apex of the pyramid. So axis O in the bracket O1 here, and these points are A, B, C, D. They are the base corners of the pyramid. A, B, C, D here, base corners of the pyramid. We'll draw the projectors upwards now. Take the line tool, thin line, take the lines upwards like this. I have to draw the front view from axis also. We'll draw the projections now. Axis height will take, axis height is 50 mm, 90 degree. So this is the apex. Now apex should be joined to the base with a thick line. So I'll join the apex to the base as a thick line. All right. So this is apex. Apex should be joined to the base with a thick line here, right? From here, then like this, then like this. Then I have to mark this axis here. So this line should be an axial line. I'll mark it as an axial line. So this is how the pyramid looks like in the first set of views, wherein the whole of the base of the pyramid is on HP, and in the front view, the axis is vertical. You can see here, right? So the corners we'll mark here, A dash in the bracket, D dash here, and this point is B dash in the bracket, C dash. And this point is O dash, that is the apex of the pyramid, and O1 dash is the end point of the axis on the base. So this is how we are drawing the first set of views, wherein the whole of the base of the pyramid is on HP and the axis is perpendicular to HP, right? Then the second position we have to draw such that axis is inclined to HP by 45 degree. So I will take the first front view here. I will make a copy now, right? Move, create copy on. So I will rotate, move like this, such that the whole of the first front view is copied. I have to rotate now. I'll select it here. I'll rotate such that axis is inclined to HP by 45 degree. If the axis is inclined at 45 degree, then the base will be inclined at 90 minus 45, that is 45 degree again, right? So this is 45 degree I will give, right? Second position I draw like this. Then I will draw the projections downwards, XY line, right? From all the various points, we'll draw the projectors downwards. Here also, I'll draw the projectors from this point also. I'll draw the projector from the axis end point also. I'll draw the projector here from this. I'll draw the horizontal projector from this also. I'll draw the horizontal projector like this. From the apex also, I'll draw the horizontal projector. Extra lines will trim off. Use the trim tool, and extra lines can be trimmed. Mark the various points now. I'll just zoom this area so that it is clear, right? We'll mark the points. Projector line drawn from A and A dash. So this is your point A, B dash and B. So this is your point B. Then C dash and C. So here is the point C, and this is the point D. Here is the point O, and this point is O1. Extra lines I'll trim off here. So this extra line I'll trim off. So these lines are not required, right? I'll extra lines I'll trim. The outer edge I'll join with a thick line. Take the line tool, thick line, continuous line, join the outer edge. So A to B is an outer edge, join with a thick line. B to O is an outer edge, join with a thick line. C to O, then C to B, then B to D to A back. All outer edges I joined with a thick line. When you look from the top here, the second top front view, right? Apex is near to the observer, base is away from the observer, meaning that the base is hidden and apex is visible. So all the base edges you have to make as the hidden lines. For that, I'll take this hidden line tool. I'll join B to C as a hidden line. B to C will be a hidden line, right? And this D to O will be a hidden line, right? Is it hidden line or visible, right? A is here visible. A to O is visible. We'll mark it as the visible line. A and D are visible. We'll mark it as visible line here. So this is visible, and this line is also visible. And this axis line we have to mark here. We have to join O and O1 with an axial line. I'll take the line tool here, axial line, and 0.25 mm line thickness. I'll join O to O1 with an axial line. So this is O1 and this is O. This is your second set of views wherein the axis of the solid is inclined to HP by 45 degree. Right? So these dimensions also I can show here. Right? Then coming to the third position, what the third position says here, they are told that axis is also inclined to VP by 30 degree. Axis is inclined to VP by 30 degree. Note in the previous problems, they mentioned that axis appears to be inclined to VP by 30 degree, but in this problem, axis is inclined to VP by 30 degree. But here in the second top view, axis is not in true length, it is in apparent length, it is shortened length, it is not say 50 mm here. It is less than 50 mm. You can note here it is 35.36. That is less than 50 mm. So it is an apparent length. So we have to find the apparent inclination. For that, take a thin line. So take any line from here at an inclination of 30 degrees. So 30 degree means 180 plus 30, that is 210. Draw a line like this. So it should be a continuous line. Select it as a continuous line. Right? So this angle is 30 degree. So this is 30 degree, right? So on this 30 degree line, I have to take the true length of the axis. I will take continuous line, right? The true length of the axis is here. How much? 50 mm. I will take 50 mm here along this. Then I will draw a horizontal line here. So this is 50 mm is the true length of the axis. Now I have to take the apparent length. I will measure the apparent length now. Go for distance between tool, measure the apparent length of the axis here, whatever that apparent length is there, that is 35.36, right? I will just zoom that area. I will take the arc tool now, arc by center point, right? I will take this end point, the point O as center, right? And radius is equal to 35.36. I'll cut here. So this is your point O1. So this is the point O1 and this point is O here. And whatever this point is there, I can call it as O2. OO2 is the true length. OO1 is the apparent length. I'll join now OO1 with a thin line. So that is the apparent length of the axis. So if the midpoint is coming in between, you turn off the midpoint. Go to IntelliSketch and turn off the midpoint here. Right? So this is OO1. Extra lines you can trim off. Use the trim tool and these extra lines, whatever the arc you are drawn, so that you can trim. Now we'll go for rotating the second top view. I'll select the whole of the second top view now. Right? Use move, create copy on. The point O should coincide with this point O. Right? I will rotate. Use rotate now. I have to rotate such that this OO1 should coincide with this line, right? I rotated such that in the second top view, the second top view is rotated such that axis is inclined at the 30 degrees to VP. Apparent inclination we have found. We have to find that angle inclination of the apparent length here, right? I'll go for angle between, right? So what is this inclination? You have to find. That is the beta angle. So that beta angle is 45 degree you got. Now we got the various points here A, B, C, D. From those various points, we'll draw the vertical projectors now. Projectile line drawn from A, right? Projectile line drawn from this is the point B. Point B is here only, yeah. Projectile line drawn from C, C is here only. The projectile line drawn from D, like this. Projectile line drawn from A. You can draw extra lines here, you can trim off. Right? Then projectile line drawn from O and O dash. So this is the point O dash. Extra lines you can trim off here. Right? We'll mark the various points now. This is the projectile line drawn from A and A dash. This is A dash, B and B dash. Here is B dash. This point is C dash. And this point is D dash. And here is the point O dash. And point O1 also will draw the vertical projector. O1 dash also will draw the horizontal projector. Where they will meet, that is your point O1 dash. Right? Now outer edges we can join with a thick line, same as the other problems. So O dash to D dash is an outer edge, D dash to C dash is an outer edge, C dash to B dash, and B dash to O dash. Outer edges we have joined with a thick line. Now look at the final top view from the bottom. When you look from the bottom, so ABCD is near to the observer, meaning that the bottom base is visible to the user. So bottom base you have to make it as a thick line. So make the join the bottom base points with a thick line, A dash to B dash, join with a thick line, A dash to D dash, we join with a thick line, A dash to O dash also will be visible. Join with a thick line. Then only the line which is hidden is here, O dash to C dash, we can join that as a hidden line. Axial lines can be drawn now, right? We can just zoom this area. So here there is an extra line. I'll trim that extra line. Axial line I'll join now. I'll take the axial line tool and 0.25 mm line thickness. I'll join it to O as an axial line. So this completes the solution. We have drawn the solution such that the square pyramid is resting with one of its base edge on HP and the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. We have found the beta angle here. The value of the beta angle we have to write here. So we'll write here beta. For writing the beta, we'll change the font to symbol font now. And I'll type B here. Beta symbol will come. Beta is equal to 45. Now I have to insert the degree symbol. For that, go to character map. Symbol font is there. Degree you select, copy, close it, right? Go to this and press Ctrl V. The degree symbol will come there. Other characters you can delete here, right? Only degree symbol will be left. So you can just zoom that, or you can just modify this text box so that beta is equal to 45 is visible. So this completes the solution. Any doubts, students? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No,
Is
sir.
it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think with this we'll stop today's class. We'll continue tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Okay, at 11 o'clock we are having the class. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll finish off this. The remaining 5 problems are there. These remaining 5 problems will finish tomorrow. Right.